You've been lied to your whole life, not by a villain, not by someone who wanted to see you fail, by well-meaning parents, teachers, coaches, and bosses who genuinely believed what they were telling you. And that's what makes it so dangerous. The lie is this: work hard and you'll be rewarded. It sounds right. It feels right. And that's exactly why it keeps 99% of people stuck, exhausted, and quietly wondering why they're not further along. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud: hard work is necessary. But hard work alone is one of the least reliable paths to financial freedom ever invented. And the people at the top, they know this. They've always known it. Let's talk about two people. Meet Daniel. Daniel grew up in a small town in Ohio. His dad worked the same factory floor for 31 years, 12-hour shifts, nights and weekends, never missed a day. And Daniel watched him do it. So Daniel did what he was taught. He worked hard. He took every shift. He said yes to every project at his office job. He prided himself on being the first in and the last out. By 35, he was exhausted, underpaid, and living paycheck to paycheck. Not because he was lazy, because he was running the wrong race. Now meet Sarah. Sarah grew up in the same kind of town, same kind of family. But somewhere along the way, Sarah learned something different. She stopped asking, "How do I work harder?" and started asking, "How do I make my work matter more?" She learned about leverage. She learned about systems. She spent 2 years building a small online business on evenings and weekends while keeping a job. By 35, she was earning more from that business while she slept than Daniel was earning after a full week of grinding. Same starting point. Completely different questions. That's the gap nobody talks about. Hard work without direction is just exhaustion with good intentions. You can sprint as fast as you want, but if you're running in the wrong direction, speed is your enemy. So what is the real game? What did Sarah understand that Daniel didn't? It comes down to 3 shifts, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. The first shift is from trading time for money to building systems that generate value without you. Every hour you sell, you can only sell once. But a product, a process, a piece of content, a business, these can work while you rest, while you sleep, while you're living your life. The wealthy don't just work, they build things that work for them. The second shift is from effort-based thinking to leverage-based thinking. Leverage means using something small to move something large. It means writing one email that reaches 10,000 people instead of having 10,000 individual conversations. It means investing money so money makes money. It means building a team so your ideas can multiply through other people's actions. Effort is linear, leverage is exponential, and exponential always wins. The third shift is the hardest one. It's the shift from being proud of how busy you are to being obsessed with outcomes. Busyness is comfort. It lets you say, "I'm doing everything I can." But outcomes are uncomfortable because they're honest. They don't care how many hours you logged. They only care what you actually created. If this is landing for you, consider subscribing. We dig into this kind of thinking every week. The ideas that actually change how you operate. Now here's where most people get it wrong once they hear this. They think the answer is to stop working hard. It isn't. The answer is to stop letting hard work be your entire strategy. Think about the last time you were really proud of how hard you worked. Hold that moment. Now ask yourself honestly, were you moving towards something that multiplies? Or were you just moving fast? There's a difference between a marathon runner and a hamster on a wheel. Both are working incredibly hard. Only one is actually going somewhere. The people who broke out, and there are millions of them, from every background imaginable. They didn't suddenly get lucky. They changed their relationship with work itself. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, talks about the difference between motion and action. Motion feels like progress, action creates it. You can spend years in motion, researching, planning, preparing, working hard at the wrong things, and never actually move forward. The shift happens when you force yourself to ask the uncomfortable question, is what I'm doing right now building something, or just keeping me busy? The system is not broken for you. It was built for someone else. It was built to reward consistency, compliance, and clock punching, and it delivers exactly what it promises: a steady paycheck, a steady life, and a quiet ceiling you'll spend decades bumping your head against. But here's what I also know. You already feel this, that low hum of restlessness that says I'm capable of more. That voice that shows up at 2 in the morning asking you bigger questions. That's not anxiety, that's clarity trying to get through. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. You don't need to blow up your life. You need to start asking different questions. Not, how do I work harder, but what am I building? Not, how do I survive this week, but what am I creating that will still be working 5 years from now? Starting right now, today, this moment, decide that hard work is your foundation, not your ceiling. Use it to build something that doesn't need you every second. Use it to create leverage. Use it to escape the trap it was never supposed to be. Because you didn't work this hard, for this long, just to stay exactly where you are.